Pi Tutors. Today we're going to be working an example of writing quadratic functions giving the roots and a point. So when you are just given the roots and a point, what does that mean? What does the roots mean? For example, if you were to have a graph, the roots are where the parabola is going to cross the x-axis. And it's also going to have a point that lies somewhere in that parabola at 1, -5. So we know that this is going to be shaped kind of like this. But what is the equation for that parabola? This is what we are going to work out. So the first step is we need to use this information and put it into factored form. So that formula is a times x minus root 1 times x minus root 2. This is factored form, and this is what you need in order to solve for this equation. So let's see here. What information do we have? Well, we know that we can use this 1 and -5 because for every input of 1 for x, there will be an output of -5 for the y, for the f of x. So for f of x, we can put -5 equals. Do we have a? No, we don't have a, so that just remains a variable. Now, what did we say we're going to be putting in for x? That's right, we are going to be putting in 1. So 1 minus root 1. So here are our two roots, -4 and 2. So minus -4 is plus 4 times x, which is 1 again, minus root 2 is 2. All right, so now we are just going to be solving for a. So we have -5 times a times 4 plus 1 is 5 times 1 minus 2 is -1. So -5 equals a times -5. So now when we want to get rid of this -5 to isolate the variable, we are going to divide both sides by -5. 5 divided by -5 is 1. So a equals 1. All right, now that we know what a is, we can write the equation. So we know that f of x equals 1, or you don't even need to write it, is x minus, what is that root? -4, so plus 4, and then x minus 2. And that is your answer in factored form. Now, if you want to write it in quadratic form, you can go a little further. It depends on what your teacher would like your final form to be. And in that case, all you have to do is FOIL. So x times x is x squared. X times -2 is minus 2x. 4 times x is plus 4x. And 4 times -2 is -8. And now we're going to combine like terms. And the full quadratic is x squared plus 2x minus 8. Now we are going to check out to make sure that our function written in quadratic form is correct and make sure that it hits all of the parameters that were set. So I'm using Desmos, which is the just most amazing online graphing calculator, total game changer, especially if you want to check your work. So let's turn on the graph of the function f of x equals x squared plus 2x minus 8 and see if it goes through our roots. And as you can see, it goes through the x at -4 and +2. So far, so good. It is hitting our parameters. And let's see if it goes to the point 1, -5. Let's turn this on. Boom, right here. It goes through 1, -5. So we know that our answer is correct and you just wrote a quadratic function.